What's good, my people? Welcome back to EMGM Sports. I'm your boy Enzo. Now, former heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder, is looking at a comeback. He's considering a comeback. Now, he's saying that he's still got a lot left in the tank. He's still got a lot to give, maybe one or two fights. You know, that's the rumors, that's the words coming out from his management, promoters, whatever. That's what we're hearing, right? Deontay Wilder wants to make a comeback. Now, the problem for Deontay Wilder is boxing is all about demand, yeah? And from the last two fights that we've seen him, Wilder has not looked particularly good. In fact, he looked terrible against Zhilei Zhang, where he got knocked out. You know, he did not look great against Joseph Parker. He's looked like boxing has physically left him. You know, some fighters, when they still feel like they're heavy here, but really here and their legs are gone, and do you know what I mean? They're just stuck in the mud and they just can't get out of it. And Wilder, I like Wilder. He's an entertaining guy. Bomb Squad, all of that. I loved it. When Wilder was in his pomp, he was crazy. He was like guy not to be messed with. He was the most feared man on the planet. Do you know what I mean? Like that right hand was a dynamite. He touches you with that right hand, you're out cold. We've seen what he done to all these fighters in the past, and it's sad sometimes to see guys like Wilder go out like that against the way he lost against Zhilei Zhang. Now, Wilder's what, 38 years old now, yeah? He started boxing at 20. He went to the Olympics, won the bronze medal, but he's never been the best technically. Do you know what I mean? He's never really had those fundamental, boxing fundamentals, like where, you know, if you started at 5 years old, someone like a Tyson Fury who started boxing so young, Alexander Usyk, Lomachenko, all these fighters like Andre Ward, all these fighters that started so young, Floyd Manny Mayweather, just to compare a few fighters there, yeah. Wilder's never really had those boxing gifts, those abilities, you know, the science of boxing. What he always relied on was his right hand. That was the equalizer. But in the last two fights, like we've seen here, he just he hasn't got it anymore. He just hasn't got it. Now, there could be a lot of determining factors behind it. Yeah, it could be personal life issues, mental health. There could be so many things in it. Or maybe it's just not the fighter that we always thought he was. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe the level, yeah, the level of fight that he's facing now has gone up. In a Zhilei Zhang fight, there was no fundamentals. There was no boxing skill. He didn't show anything. In fact, when he got punched, he spun around, looked at the referee, stopped protecting himself, and Zhang knocked him out. That's not the Wilder we know. The Wilder we know was letting his hands go. He was brutal, vicious. Do you know what I mean? He had great belief. That's what got him through the Ortiz fight. He was losing 11 rounds against Ortiz until the final round. Bam, right hand. Ortiz, night, bye-bye, over, end of. Now, Wilder wants to make a comeback. I salute him for that. I respect him for that. Listen, he has every right to feel like he can make another comeback. Like that's his decision to make. That's between him and his family to sit down, his management, promoters to work out a way that he can come back into the mix. The only problem is, where does Wilder land and who does he mix it in with? Is it who? Dillian White? I don't really see that happening. You know, if we're looking at the top five, you can forget he's not getting a Joshua. He's not getting a Dubois. He's not getting a Joseph Parker. He's lost to him. He's not getting Zhilei Zhang. He's lost to him. The only other fight that I can see really potentially, yeah, that will generate some interest, yeah, is Derek Chisora. Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora, that's an interesting fight. Because we know Derek Chisora comes in there, guns blazing. You know, he's got great cardio, Derek Chisora. You shouldn't underestimate Derek Chisora's cardio, man. And he's going to go there, he's going to swing at Wilder. The only thing is, yeah, would Wilder finally let that right hand go? Because in his last two fights, we haven't seen it. Now, Derek Chisora is a bit more stationary. He'll stand in front of Wilder, so Wilder will have time to pinpoint and really slam that hammer home. And if he catches Derek Chisora, we all know it's going to be night-night. But the only thing is, if Wilder loses against Derek Chisora, where does he go from there? You know, because Wilder is all about ego. He's all about the glamour. He's all about, I'm the best. I'm the big man. Do you know what I mean? And if he loses to Derek Chisora, no disrespect to Derek Chisora, because Derek Chisora has been a great servant for boxing. He's the legend of the sport. Definitely, 100%. Salute to my guy. But Derek Chisora is not top 6. Do you know what I mean? I don't even think Derek Chisora is in the top 10 right now. So that fight for Wilder doesn't really take him anywhere. Even if he beats Derek Chisora, I don't think it puts him in a conversation for a heavyweight title or to even to fight the top five. And to be honest, I don't want Deontay Wilder fighting the top five because they've already showed that they're way more skilled than him. And because Wilder, it looks like he's lost that hunger, that motivation and determination, those are dangerous fights for him. Can you imagine Wilder fighting a Martin Bakole? Man, that could be potential career suicide for Wilder, man. I will stay away from Bakole because I just feel personally Wilder, he's just not the guy, in it. Like 8 years ago, Wilder was that guy. He was knocking everyone out. He was in his pomp, in his prime. And like him and AJ, that fight, like that's one of the biggest regrets in boxing. Seriously. Wilder and AJ should have had that fight when they were both at their pomp, both undefeated. The money was there, they should have made it happen. But both fighters, too much ego, promoters and everyone getting involved, TV networks, whatever. They denied us of the opportunity of watching that fight, Wilder versus AJ. And that's one of the things I hate about boxing. When two fighters are in the pump, let them fight. Let them fight. Make the money. Like you can have a trilogy and make even more money. Make even more money. Do you know what I mean? And that fight, man. That's one of the biggest regrets in boxing. Surely, like, what an opportunity missed. Wilder versus Joshua at the pump would have been a great fight. And I just think like we'll never know. That fight will never happen now. You know, or if anything, there's no demand for it anyway. There's no hunger for it. No one wants to see that fight. And Joshua has moved on to bigger and better things and he's looking at world championships and stuff like that. So Joshua ain't even looking at Wilder right now. He's not on his radar. But as for Deontay, Wilder making a comeback, look, my guy, I know it's tough. I know it's hard. These fighters, they wake up in the morning, 7 a.m., 6 a.m., they go for a run, then they're in the gym, hitting the pads, doing the skips and everything like that. And boxing is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. And that's what they get accustomed to. That's all they know. And walking away from that can be tough because they're wondering, what do I do next now? You know, unless you got some great communication skills, etc., you can go into the media. We've seen a lot of boxers get into the media. Paul Malignaggi, you know, Sean Paul. There's so many boxers. They're in the media. Carl Froch and etc., etc. Just to name a few fighters. Yeah, there's a lot of fighters that are going into the media and they're doing well. And Wilder, he's an entertaining guy. Do you know what I mean? I like the way he talks. He's a funny guy. He's a character. Wilder. And I can see him getting into the media, but obviously he doesn't feel like he's ready to hang his gloves yet. He feels like he's got maybe another one or two in there. That's what we're hearing. And listen, respect to him. Who am I? Who are we to tell him what to do and to walk away from the sport? But looking at his last two results, we're just looking at the facts. Yeah, we're looking at what we can see with our own eyes. Wilder has not looked great in a ring. And because he's never had the boxing fundamentals, he's never been the most gifted, he looks terrible. He's getting outclassed in there when he's facing these fighters. I don't blame him. There's a lot of money currently now in boxing. Turkey Ally Sheikh, you know, Riyadh season, they're splashing the money about. And Turkey Ally Sheikh already mentioned that if Wilder wants to come back, he'll make a Wilder fight. He'll set a Wilder fight up. So maybe someone's been in Wilder's ear and telling him, listen, Turkey Ally Sheikh is ready to make a fight happen for you. Maybe they've got something lined up and they're going to announce it soon. Who knows? But I just hope for the sake of Wilder and everything else. I know he's been having some personal issues and mental issues and stuff like that. Like, I just hope he makes the right decision for himself and for his health. I just hope he doesn't continue beyond a point where he doesn't have to. Because he's 38 years old. Wilder's made a lot of money. And that's not me, you know, pocket checking someone else, looking at someone else's money. No. That's just me as a boxing fan being concerned for someone who's given a lot to boxing, who's given us some great entertaining nights. I just want to see him walk away with everything intact, you know, and that's the most important thing because he's got a family and everything else that he has to take care of. And we have to respect and admire Wilder because he started boxing at 20 years old to help to fund the treatment for his ill daughter. So we have to salute him for that. And he's done great for someone of such limited boxing ability. He's done fantastic. He's realized their achievement of becoming a world heavyweight champion, you know, joining the likes of Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman. The list goes on. Like, he's amongst that. When you mention heavyweight champions of the world in history, Deontay Wilder is amongst them. So he's achieved a lot. He probably achieved more than he ever expected in his wildest imagination. So well done to Wilder. Congrats for everything that he's done. But if you don't have it in you no more, yeah, if you don't have that hunger anymore, that determination, yeah, that thing that makes you get up in the morning, that helps you get up in the morning and go for that run. If you ain't got that no more, listen, don't get back in that ring because you're gonna get hurt. There's no point. You've made a lot of money, man, and you can still make a lot of money outside of boxing. But there's no point going back in there if you just haven't got it in you, in the heart. If that's gone, that's gone. And I know it's hard for boxers to walk away. The only boxer I know at the top of my mind that's actually walked away and never looked back is Andre Ward. Like, he's walked away, done. He does media now. He's never looked back. When he retired, he stayed retired. I've known a few boxers, like someone like a Mayweather. I'm retired, no. I'm retired is comeback. Like, so many fighters have retired and come back 10 times. We've seen Tyson Fury. He's retired like a million times and he keeps coming back. So I know it's hard for these boxers, but there comes a point, yeah, where you have to sit down, think carefully for your health, for the future of your kids, family, etc., etc. You know, you say to yourself, you know what? Nah, this I just forget. I just haven't got it anymore. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'll really appreciate that. And guys and girls, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll really appreciate it. Thank you for watching EMGM Sport. Until the next one, peace.